Thomas had two recurring nightmares. The first, a critical part runs out and the line stops. The second, a warehouse full of stock nobody ordered, cash frozen on a shelf. Both come from the same root cause, a bad demand forecast. And for years, his forecast was a gut feeling dressed up in a spreadsheet. Today, that changes because AI can now forecast demand far better than that spreadsheet. And you do not need a data science team to use it. Let us see how. First, why this matters so much. Forecasting is the heartbeat of the whole supply chain. Get it right and stock flows. Cash is free. Customers are happy. Get it wrong and you either stock out and lose sales or overstock and freeze cash. There is no neutral. A bad forecast always costs money. So how did Thomas used to do it? The classic way. Take last year's number, add a bit because sales feels optimistic, maybe average the last 3 months, drop it in a spreadsheet, and hope. The problem is that method only looks at one thing, the recent average. It is blind to almost everything that actually drives demand. Now here's what AI does differently and why it is such a leap. This is machine learning, the pattern learner we talked about. You feed it your history and it learns the real patterns hiding in the data. Patterns no human could hold in their head at once. Let me make that concrete. Think about everything that truly affects how much you will sell next month. A good AI forecast weighs all of it together. Seasonality. It learns that demand always climbs before the holidays and dips in summer, automatically from your own history. Trend. It sees whether a product is slowly growing or quietly dying and projects that forward. Promotions. It learns how much a price cut actually lifts sales, so a planned promotion is built into the number. External signals. The advanced tools fold in things like weather or a major economic index that move your category. And it does this across thousands of products at once. Every single one, every night, without getting tired or playing favorites. That is the leap, from one human eyeballing an average to a machine weighing dozens of drivers across your entire catalog. And here's the part that surprises people. It does not just give you a single number. A good forecast gives you a range and a confidence level. It might say, most likely 400 units, but with this much uncertainty. That range is gold for a buyer. It tells you exactly where to hold more safety stock and where you can run lean. A spreadsheet average could never tell you how confident it is. It just gives you one lonely number and leaves the risk entirely to you. But Thomas is a buyer, not a programmer. So the real question is, how does a non-technical person actually use this? 3 honest routes. Route 1, and the most common, it's already in your tools. Modern ERP and planning systems, the big names, now have AI forecasting built in. You may already own it and not have switched it on. Step 1 is often just asking your systems team, do we have AI forecasting and is it enabled? Route 2, dedicated forecasting tools that connect to your data and do the heavy lifting with a simple dashboard. No coding. You configure, you review, you approve. Route 3, the everyday one. Use generative AI as your forecasting analyst. You can't paste a million rows into a chatbot, but you can paste a summary table and ask it to spot the trend, explain the seasonality, sanity check your assumptions, and tell you what looks off. It won't replace the forecasting engine, but it is a brilliant second pair of eyes. The point is this. You don't build the model, you direct it, you question it, and you own the decision. That has not changed. What changed is the quality of the number you start from. Now, let's be clear-eyed, because AI forecasting is not magic, and treating it like magic is how you get burned. 1. Garbage in, garbage out. If your sales history is messy, full of one-off events and bad data, the forecast will be too. The AI learns whatever pattern you feed it, including the wrong ones. Clean history is the foundation. 2, it cannot predict a true surprise, a black swan, a sudden pandemic, a competitor collapsing, a viral product. The AI learns from the past, and a genuine first-time event is not in the past. When the world breaks the pattern, the model breaks with it. 3, it gives you a number, not a decision. The forecast says most likely 400 units. Your judgment decides whether to carry a safety buffer because this supplier is unreliable or because the downside of a stockout is catastrophic. The machine forecasts. The human manages the risk around the forecast. So, the model is the analyst and you are still the planner. It does the math across thousands of items in seconds. You bring the context it cannot see. The new contract, the supplier you don't trust, the launch it doesn't know about yet. And this is worth sitting with because it's the whole shape of AI and supply chain. The machine is brilliant at the part humans are bad at, holding thousands of variables in mind every night without bias or boredom. You are brilliant at the part the machine cannot touch, the judgment call, the relationship, the thing that is about to change that has never happened before. Put those two together and you get a result neither could reach alone. That's not the AI replacing the planner. That's the planner finally freed from the arithmetic, doing the actual planning. Picture Thomas now. Instead of spending 2 days manually updating spreadsheets, the AI produces a baseline forecast for every product overnight.
Good afternoon.
He spends his time on the exceptions, the 20 products where his real-world knowledge says the machine is missing something. He adjusts those with reasons, and he uses a generative AI to write the demand summary for his planning meeting in minutes. His forecast accuracy goes up, his stockouts go down, his excess inventory shrinks, and he stopped losing 2 days a fortnight to a spreadsheet. He didn't become a data scientist. He just started directing one. That's the shift across all of supply chain, not just procurement. The grunt work of calculation moves to the machine. The judgment, the risk, the exceptions move to the human. And the buyer who learns to work that way is worth far more than the one still hand-cranking a spreadsheet. So let's lock it in. A demand forecast drives everything, and the old spreadsheet method is blind to most of what matters. AI forecasting learns the real drivers, seasonality, trend, promotions, and more, across your whole catalog at once. You reach it through your existing systems, a dedicated tool, or generative AI as your analyst. And you respect the limits. Clean data in, no predicting black swans, and your judgment always sits on top. You don't need to build the model. You need to know what it can do, what it cannot, and how to direct it. That's a skill any buyer can learn, and it pays for itself the first time you avoid a single bad stocking decision. Thomas sleeps better now. Both nightmares are quieter because the number he plans from is finally smarter than a guess. If you want the prompts to use generative AI as your forecasting sidekick to sanity check and explain your numbers, they are free and linked below. And our full course shows you how to put AI to work across the whole supply chain. That's demand forecasting without a data science team. Now go and direct your own. I'll see you in the next one.